Hello, beautiful masters, divine beings, conscious creators. I hope and I know you're having the most beautiful day, and today is going to be fun. We're going to be talking about a lot of cool concepts. Today is the 1111 portal. I just need to take 1 second. I just need to take 1 second to address this. And if you react to this, it says it all, okay? So we're going to talk about spirituality in a sense of like the lower levels of consciousness of spirituality. And a lot of people believe in this stuff. And I don't think I ever fully did, to be honest, just because it didn't feel right. But there was definitely a part of me that played in that illusion for a little bit, like tiny bit. But especially today, on this day of the big 1111 portal, because our power is completely solely based on the time that we've constructed as human beings. So the gods within us that created time are now bound to it and now given away our power to a specific portal. Interesting concept. So if we're the creators and what we say goes, and we supersede all understanding and logic, even the mere fact that you're breathing without thinking about it should show you that logic means nothing, because there's no logic in that. So we supersede all of that, and we've created this playground to play in, but it holds power over us. How could something that you created, be more powerful than you? Unless you give in to the illusion that it is. Then that will be true, because whatever you say is true. So especially relating to astrology, tarot, psychics, okay, I'm going to be very clear on that. If you are seeking out any of those things, it is 100% because you are believing that something else dictates your life. So whatever they say, you're going to, two things. You're either going to create it like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you've actually seeked out something that you've created, and now that you've heard the other person say it to you, you're going to believe it, and because you believe something and you assume something to be true, it's going to be true for you. So it's not what they said, it's what the statement you believed in. And you know this because how many times have people gone to tarot card readings and they've said you're going to meet someone at this stage in your life, and it doesn't happen, and then it's because you are assuming then that that's not going to work. So why would you ever then seek something else outside of you when it's just going to be ultimately what you assume to be true is going to be true? So it doesn't even matter what that person said, that card reader said, what the card said. First of all, it's you. But second of all, you can change that outcome that they feel they know more than you, which is, oh my God, if I ever, I'm not judging it, by the way. It's okay. It's perfect. It's all of creation. So that's a fun game to play. But I'm just laughing because I've fell into certain areas of that, and I see my friends fall into areas of that. And if they can only take a step back and see that it is literally a self-fulfilling prophecy because it is you claiming whatever is true for you to be true, then you wouldn't even do it anymore. But I'm just laughing because I would never. If someone came to me for coaching and they said, "Can you tell me what's going to happen?" No, because I'm not the one dictating what's going to happen for you. Because even if I tell you, it is up to your assumption whether you're going to then create what I said to be true, or you're going to create something else, and then you're going to come back and be like, "See, what you said wasn't true." And I'll be like, well, of course, because whatever is true for you will be true for you. The only thing I will say to people, I mean, if you've ever been a client of mine or you want to be a client of me, the only thing I ever will tell you is the absolute truth. And I will tell you my own experience, and I will tell you my own ways that I found helpful. But ultimately, it's going to be your choice. It's going to be what feels right for you, what feels natural for you, what you feel in your heart. That is going to be what you do. And I would rather that. I wouldn't want to tell you something and you feel now that you have to do it, even if it feels like crap. There's obviously different levels to this, because it's not like it's not going to feel like crap when you change an assumption, because you're now triggering the ego. that has kept you safe for so long to completely change an identity, and it's freaking out. So yeah, that doesn't have to feel natural and nice. And anyone who says that if it's going to feel natural and nice 24/7, if it doesn't, it's wrong, then that person, I don't think they fully changed, because change at first can feel extremely uncomfortable. That's why it's called change. It's something new. Okay? And something new doesn't always feel like sunshines and rainbows at the beginning. It didn't for me. It didn't for a lot of people. It doesn't for a lot of clients. It doesn't for a lot of spiritual communities where they can at least agree upon that fact, and I can thank them for saying that to be true. I mean, Dr. Joe talks about the river of change. Yes, it does feel like a river. It feels like a turbulent river. It feels like someone's slapping you in the face with like a 2x4 or something. It doesn't feel always the best, because you're going against what you've claimed for how many years, okay? But the whole purpose of this video is to talk about where you are holding your power. I mean, astrology, honestly, like a planet is going to hold power over you. A planet that you probably weren't even aware of before. So you went through let's say you went through your whole life unaware of what a planet does to you, and then now you're telling me, oh, well, the planet could have been affecting me all along. No, it didn't until you claimed it affected you. And it's not. It's you giving a power to something to be true, which means it's ultimately your power anyways. So, regards to this 11 portal, how many times have we heard this? Portals and line gates and the moons and the retrogrades and the Aquarius and the Libra moon rising and the fawn fox and I don't even know. I don't pay attention, and I will never. I won't. It's so far from my realm, because it is such... It is written in spiritual texts about this. So the people who haven't read these books, I don't even know where they're thinking this was created from. It's a different lower state of consciousness. There's different levels of consciousness, just like there's different states. There's different everything, okay? And that is one of them. That is this state where you are giving your power away to the seeming natural elements or the weather or nature. But when you take a broader perspective that you are the creator of all, and you go to the highest, let's say the highest level, I'm just going to say the highest level, knowing you're all that is, there's more, I don't even know, there's infinite more levels. And for me to even claim I know that all from the consciousness of Sienna, I don't need to go there. I'm going to continue my journey and experience what unravels for me. I'm not claiming to know everything, but the I am does know everything. So the more you align with the I am, the more you're going to get the truth. And aligning with the I am in the true way of aligning with it, not aligning with, I create or some things were created me, but there's outside forces or sources that are more important or hold more weight than me. That's not fully aligning, because the I am, if you are acting in the fullest I am state, you are the one in charge of it all. You are the elements, you are the weather, you are people, you are everything. It's coming from you. So it doesn't run you, you've created it. You are it. It's everything. So whether or not you want to say that that's going to affect you, that's a fun game you can apply or play. But eventually I know for a fact eventually there's gonna come a day where everyone awakens to this knowledge, where you laugh about that and say, I cannot believe I put my weight into that, my power into that. Okay, so you're not going to manifest more because someone tells you there's an 11/11 portal. You're not, okay? And if you do feel like you are, that's only because you're believing that that's true. And then now you're just going to believe that only time of the day or the month that are the lines, and it's the 11/11/11 is going to be when I'm most potent. And then at the other times I'm not. Well, it's because you're assuming you're not, because you are manifesting being this different identities on a moment to moment basis. Okay? So every moment you're declaring to be something, whether you're consciously declaring it or not. So if you've declared that this portal is more potent, then it's going to be more potent, and then you're going to not see what you don't want to see in those hours outside of that portal, because you are now assuming that that is true for you. If you assumed that you are in your dream reality, everything's effortless and harmonious and easy for you, and you always have what you want because you are all that is. Okay, always going from the knowing that you are all that is, because that's going to supersede trying to get things with, techniques and meditations and breath work and nervous system regulation and heart brain coherence. Because take it from me, I was literally, I did all that. I did the heart math certification. Like, I was literally certified in some of these things. Okay, I know for a fact that that is just a specific playing field, a level of consciousness. But that's going from the body consciousness. You've created the body, you've projected the body. So how can it then tell you more than you know if you've created it? How can it now then separately exist outside of you and tell you, consciousness, all that is, something that it thinks it knows more than you? No, you've created that out picturing. It doesn't go this way in, it goes within out. Okay? And then when people come and say, well, no, I mean, look, this did hold weight because this is true, because this experience happened. Well, if you went then farther to realize the experience happened because you assumed it, you believed it, you identified with it, you claimed it, you were convicted in it, then you would realize then that the all created the many, and the all created this identity. So it goes even beyond that. And once you see that clearly, you really start to fade away into those other illusions, because you think to yourself, well, that's silly. Why would I play in that? Like, you think this piece of paper card holds more weight in your reality than what you say holds weight in your reality? This piece of paper, this card reading, is coming out of your consciousness. And that's why you feel it holds power. It's because you're claiming that to be something that holds power. If people aren't ready to hear that, that's okay. I think it's beautiful, all of it, no matter what. I just think that we should eventually have talked about discernment about this. Like, it seems kind of silly, the more that you know who you are, to think that a retrograde or a star system or a planet that was created out of source now holds more weight than source. Like, if you think about God, source, the matrix, think about it as this understanding. This void, network, collective source, okay, just any word you want to use for it, because it's going to be different for everyone. Some people don't like saying God. I do, because I feel like it's just, I don't know, it just seems like what I'm trying to encompass in human words. Imagine God being the most powerful thing, not singular being, thing, because we are all it too. We're created in the likeness and image of God. So think of God creating everything, and then God rolling over and being like, oh, now I have no power because I created something, and I created it, and it holds way more power in me, so now I'm not powerful anymore, even though I've created it. You think that would be? No. We do that because we've created a human that then has this ego that keeps us plugged into a game. And obviously, for the game to feel real, it needs to be very believable, because imagine just completely knowing that nothing is real, and you just be walking through windows and walls, and you wouldn't even know what's up and what's down in the sky, what color it is, because it would be constantly changing. Obviously, when you get to that point of knowing you're all that is, you can do all those crazy things. But imagine just being completely unanchored and coming into a video game and not knowing any of the rules, and just being like, and it's not believable. And then you're just like, well, this is boring, or this is weird, I could just do whatever I want anyways. So it seems believable, so that it keeps you here enjoying the situation and enjoying the moment and enjoying this game and this 3D experience. And there's infinite experiences that I'm not putting my consciousness on right now, but there's infinite versions of me. So there's a version that's experiencing something else, and there's a version that is experiencing a different human form. There's so many different parallel realities, and to even conceptualize that, oh my gosh, I'm not even trying to do that. But what I'm trying to say is that of course it feels real, and of course we've created something to feel tangible, so that we would continue to engage in this. Otherwise, I don't think there would be planet Earth, and no one would be playing the game of being a human, and yeah, then that's it. then I wouldn't be here talking to you right now on this screen. So keep in mind then, from that understanding, that of course it seems real that something outside of you holds weight, or that you can't completely control your reality, or you're not already doing so, because you've then put yourself in a position of being a player in a very real feeling simulation. So that makes sense that just has felt really real to you. So the experience of it is really real, but it's still an illusion nonetheless. And when you wake into the understanding of that, it may feel difficult at first, but ultimately you start seeing through the cracks, and you start seeing glitches, and things just start to show up very weird and very fast. And then you start to really see that, yes, it is all for me. And then when you act from that place, you start really losing the grip on, I can't believe I put my attention on thinking that this specific person that is seemingly outside of me now knows my destiny. Do I really want to fall victim to that? No. So this whole concept of these line gates and these portals, and I swear, the people, the YouTubers, the Instagrammers, the TikTokers, even the friends, the spiritual people in the community that claim that, oh, I know that we are all source and God in one, and that we can do infinite parallel things and greater works than Jesus, and I can walk on water and ascend, all those things, but they still post a video that says, for this 1111 portal, do this. You don't clearly know or align with that truth, because you would never say that from that understanding. I will never say that. And that's why it's funny, because when I seemingly started to awaken to this truth, and yeah, there's little moments where I'm still on this journey, that's fine. I have all of eternity to figure things out. I'm not too worried about it. And I'm human too, okay? So like, to ever allude that I'm perfect on here, God forbid. I mean, we are all innately perfect, but to allude that I'm just sitting here like never reacting, never having moments, I'm not going to say that to you and lie. I just start to tell myself, do I want to stay there, or do I want to claim this is true, or can I just let that ego freak out, let the body feel, and then still know what's true for me? I just don't, it's just not the same weight into it. You kind of just like let it go. And I mean, sometimes it feels scary and real, especially when you're in the moments of awakening and you're claiming something new and everything's screaming at you 10 times worse of the old. It's going to feel very freaky and scary, and sometimes you feel like death, and you feel like crap, and you want to cry, and you feel lonelier. I mean, when I started to wake up to this truth of who I was, and I really started to question whether I believed what people were saying, and I stopped saying anything that would imply a limitation to myself, it did feel weird, because people started to look at me weird, like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, they were mad at me that I was taking literally what a spiritual leader was saying and actually believing that could be true. Like, being told you are God's source and infinite realities exist, and then me sitting there going, so that really means everything. Cool. So that means I'm going to stretch my mind. I could do this. And then someone who's seemingly in the same community who believes the same thing, then looking at you and saying, well, no, you can't, but this. I'm like, wow, the blindfolds are still on. Okay, I get it. But in those moments, I remember feeling like, oh shit, like I feel very alone. I feel like I don't have anyone. Do people even know the truth? But that was just, I could see it now, that was the reflection of the ego being like, yeah, you think you can do infinite things and crazier things than spiritual leaders in the past, seeming past, and you really think you can walk through a wall and change your appearance and heal something and shift bodies and manifest out of thin air and money and this. Well, of course it freaked out, and it came through the face of people and people in my life that, you know, I really cared for. So it obviously, then the sucker knew how to pull me in more. Like, someone obviously I care about is now telling me that my view is crazy and wrong. I could easily fall victim to that and be like, okay, maybe I am crazy and wrong. But I knew, I'm like, no, that's not true anymore. And I'm going to ride this through. And then eventually I started to know, like, now whatever I claim is true. So I claim that I have loved people around me. I claim that everyone around me knows the truth, and that they respect my opinion, and I respect my opinion. And then it shifted that way. And then the people that were limited as, I tried to be like one of those like sound things that cover up swearing, but whatever. So the people that then used to be super limiting or freak out about my opinion started to ask me for advice. And I was like, well, here you have it. Interesting, right? How that works. Of course, it's not interesting when you know that it's all you. So falling prey to this crazy thing about that these pieces of paper, this water that's counterclockwise mixed or like charged in the sun. That's a thing too, apparently. I just found that out recently. Like, you could charge your water in the sun, and then you think drinking it by charging it. Like, okay, riddle me this. So you think that creating your reality fully through and through sounds impossible, but you actually then will believe that this container of water that you've spoken into sitting in the sun is going to manifest your dream life. Oh my gosh, it's like so funny to me, the things that people will believe in so blindly with such blind faith, but then things that seem more rational even to them are like, oh, that's just out of my realm. Do you know that if you can believe in portals and crazy things, why wouldn't you believe in yourself? Or believe that maybe me speaking into this water and believing that me speaking into this water is true is going to do something. But God forbid I change my thought or look in the mirror and say what I claim, that's going to do anything. Seriously. It's mind-boggling to me. It's only mind-boggling because it's just crazy to even see myself, a different version of myself, sucked in so far into an illusion. But I respect it, and I honor all of it, because all of it has a place in creation. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't even be a reality. Like, the very fact that you can contemplate infinite realities shows you that infinite realities exist. Because why would Source, God, and give you the ability to think something, but then not allow that to be true for you? Just kind of think about that. So wouldn't it just mean that you couldn't even think about it because it's not even a truth, it's not even real? So just think about that. Think about, if I can think it, then there must be a reality where that exists. Otherwise, how could I have even thought that? So really, just guys, be critical with this. Like, really question. And I talked about discernment in a video yesterday, I believe, because I think I'm going to post this the day after the 11 level portal closes. So, I'm not getting my manifestations now. No, I'm not getting, the 11/11 portal closed. All of you watching this, you'll never manifest your dream life. Seriously. If someone says that, run for the hills, because that's not true. And it's so funny to me that we love to play so small when we're the ones giving this all weight. I just needed a second, guys, to just go off. So anyways, I also want to give you a story too, of my own experience of things instantly out picturing. So when I started this YouTube channel, I guess I started it in conscious before, but when I actually executed it, because the more conscious you get, the faster things happen. So you have to really just reel in your thoughts and everything, because what you identify with, because it's sneaky, it will out picture very, very quickly. So I was, I don't know why, like I always really did feel like this is me, like the version of myself. Like I'm unapologetically, I feel me. I mean, yeah, there's ways I'm becoming more authentically me, but I really do, like, fundamentally act like myself. Like, if you're friends with me outside of the YouTube, you know this is who I am. I'm a goofy gal, and I always want to keep it that way. And I think that at one point I lost that when I was really deep into the spiritual realm, because I thought I needed to be so serious, and it like sucked the life out of me. But now I'm at a point where I actually do better when I'm like this. Like, of course, when you're authentic self, things always work out. You shine through. Because God within you wants you to be authentic. Otherwise, this would be a really boring place if we were all the exact same, textbook same. Like, it is boring. You've been in realities where it's like the same thing, the same routine, the same life. It's so boring. So I remember there was one time I was nervous about something before I posted it. And I was nervous about a testimonial that I gave to Eric, the Power by Am. But I was speaking to him the way I speak. And I was nervous in my head, like, oh my God, like, I don't want them to think that, I don't know why, I just had that thought, like, really briefly. Like, I had my ego just come up and be like, oh, are you authentic? Even though I know, yes, I am. And I didn't fully shift that. and I let it slide. And then lo and behold, I mean, people were responding very nicely. Someone made a really funny comment about like, she sounds like she's trying to be you. The swearing, it's just not like authentic, even though that's who I am. And I remember at first being like, what? And then I heard myself in consciousness be like, oh my God, that's because before I even did that or posted it, I had that thought and I didn't check it. Amazing. And before I would have freaked out and probably been sad or cried. But this time I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I created that. And you know what I did? I shifted it. And then when I shifted it, I started to receive that, someone was commenting something on my own video or my short, and they said something like, oh, like, love your energy, like authentic, something that. And I just knew, I'm like, see, that's for me. So when you start to pay attention that way, you're going to see that it is all from you. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys. Love you all. So grateful to be here, and for you guys to just see me in all these different modes of who I am. Oh, also too, it doesn't matter, let's say you're a content creator or you're doing a business or you're a coach or whatever the case may be. It does not matter how you do something or how you look. It's what matters is what you believe. People will believe from it. So again, that's why I'm like, I don't care whether I'm standing or the lighting's good or I have my mic here, I'm wearing the same outfit I wore the day before, or I'm sitting or the background, the lighting's off. I know that whatever I decide is true. So I claim that I'm authentic and that people will receive this really well. They will. And if you do that and you see in the meantime that it's not showing up that way, remind yourself it's just the ego being triggered, move on. And then you will see that the outpicturing shows. Because the moment you declare it in consciousness, it is true. So just keep staying there. And I'm going to talk about something in the next video about one of my situations too, so I could share more about that. But yeah, don't please guys, 11 11 12 12 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 4 4 4, sitting on my chair and spinning around like 18 million times to manifest all of that, guys. Just be like, know that it was all created from you anyway. So whatever you say is true. Love you guys. If you want to work with me, the link's in the description in my channel, as well as the description below. You can like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, share it. Just have fun with this stuff. You can comment your successes. And again, the successes are not, if you comment a success on my page, that's your success. That's you who did that. It's not me. It's nothing that I've said that's new. This has all already been in consciousness. I'm not inventing anything new. It's just a different energy conduit for it. I mean, it's just me versus someone else. And that's just, that's why you like different YouTubers who say the same thing, because they're authentically being themselves, representing the truth that you already know. So again, I will never claim that one of your successes is my own, because it's not. I don't, that's not how I want to roll. And I love the YouTubers that authentically do that and say like, that person did that, it's not me. And that's why I watch the ones that I do and the other ones I don't, because if someone's claiming that your success is theirs or is because of them, it's not true. It's because of you. So I just wanted to clarify that. Okay. So this is a safe mastery place here. Love you all. Have the best day.